Hello and welcome back everybody to All the Mods 9, my public server for testing that you can join. The IP scrolling beneath me and it's in the description below. Why don't we go over the changes in version 26 that we have now updated the server to. So the biggest change is that they are changing the default minimap mod back to JourneyMap. They updated one probe to fix some problems. They disabled Croptopia right-click harvest in order to fix a dupe. They added harvest with ease, ranged pumps, bad wither, no cookie reloaded. I don't know what that one is. And then they added JourneyMap and JourneyMap integration. Greetings to you too as well, Gray. Welcome to the stream. Let's dive right in. So as you can see, our minimap is now JourneyMap. We no longer have Zero's map, which honestly, sometimes I prefer Zero's over Journey in some situations. But the downside, hey Delta, how you doing? The downside of them changing the map is we've now lost all the exploration we originally had on our map. I should add the simple voice chat. I don't know about that one on a public server. I think it would be too messy to try to moderate and deal with. If it was a private server with a bunch of people I knew, maybe. But that's not the case, so probably won't be adding simple voice chat anytime soon until I find a good way to moderate it. Oh, perfect, Gray. That means when I was scaring everybody with the withers earlier, now it should be limited noise. KTM Mechanics and Audio says you should still have FTB maps progress if you hit M. That's true. However, my keybind is different for FTB maps. Let's see if I can category map. Yeah, that's my journey map. Okay, I specifically want FTB. Let's have a look at the map with hopefully a keybind not being used. Nope. You know what? We won't worry about it because I can open it this way. Yeah, FTB Chunks map still has exploration, which is great. I am curious with the FTB integration of JourneyMap, is there a way to import the progress? We won't worry about it. We won't worry about it for now. Okay. So the plan today is to just work on the base a little bit. Maybe test a few mods. Nothing too specific, nothing too crazy. There's a few things I want to do right off the bat. One of them being, I'd like to change from a Silent Gear bow to a Awakened Supremium. Now, I'm kind of thinking a crossbow. What do you guys think? Should we go crossbow or bow? I'm kind of feeling I always use bows. I think a crossbow would be a good change of pace today. So let's go ahead and type in Supremium and get our Supremium crossbow pattern. And you guys know the deal. Imperium will go all the way down. And I think we'll try, if we can, to explore some of the little mods that we've kind of ignored up until now. If we have the time. I'd love to just do pure testing, but we've got a power situation at the base that needs to be solved. We need to get wireless power up with Powa, since we don't have flux. Well, let's take our bow and two... Let's see, do we have... I might have enough to make 2 gems and 2 ingots here. And we have a lot of work to do on our applied energistics system. Whichever happens first today, we'll find out. I'm kind of winging it today. Because if I set myself a really strict, I want to get this done today, and then it doesn't happen, I feel really bad after. And I don't like that feeling. So we're gonna go more for just having fun, doing what we feel like doing at the time. Maybe that'll help us go longer. I did cure this librarian again. I have a feeling we're gonna need to cure him a few more times to get the paper trade down. We do need to get more villagers set up, for sure. And why don't we enchant our awakened crossbow now? Piercing 4. I like to see it. Piercing 4, quick charge 2. I think we're gonna do a little bit of tombstone really quick. You know what? I want a pattern for these. What's crazy is that we've made it this far and I still haven't set up a mob farm. That's gotta be... This has to be the longest I've ever gone without making that. However, for good reason, we don't have a lot of mob farm mods right now. Best we can use is vector plates and damage plates from Dark Utilities. Let's get some... Let's see if we have if we can get like... we're short grave dust. We can do magic impregnation. It just takes practice, KTM. Once... It's like, for instance, AE2 is significantly more complicated than refined storage. And I consider myself an expert at AE2, at Applied Energistics. But I'm just above noob levels when it comes to refined storage, even though it's a simpler mod. The difference being I've spent way, way more time I've spent way more time with Applied Energistics than I have anything else. Let's see, did anything get kind of a low... No, we don't really need to impregnate anything. Maybe we can do it with the bow to try to get power 5. I can store things in RS, but that's about it. Yeah, that's kind of level I am. I'm still kind of a noob when it comes to actually setting up auto processing and such like I do with applied energistics, but in refined. Not really my skill set. Something I want to do a quick test on. Let's see if we can get the materials needed from Create to be able to make minecart contraptions. I want to see if they have enabled us being able to move spawners. So the biggest thing is going to be a minecart assembler that we're going to need. What is it called from Create? There it is, cart assembler. Okay, we can already make that. And then I'm going to need a wrench from Create, which is just gold plates. We can do that. We can do that for sure. We do need some more gold. I'm so familiar with RF tools and drawers, but only have some basic levels at AE and none with refined. Yeah, drawers and RF is nice. ATM says, yeah, the auto crafting blows my mind. I could set up Create better, but I'm more hands-on. Fair enough. Let's come over here. And I haven't made a depot yet. Let's see if... What does it require? Do we have the materials? It does use an andesite casing. Let's make a pattern for it so that we don't have to manually craft it again. And then we should really get automated Create for... Oh, I can speak sometimes. I promise. Set up automation with Create to automatically produce andesite casings when we need them. Let's go ahead and press some gold. It's going to move really slow because this is half speed, but it has crazy amounts of stress units. I wonder, why don't we just do a little bit of gear shifting? I'm going to make some cogwheels. And I'm going to get some large, and then I'm going to make some regular cog. And we'll keep the main shaft going at that speed. All the others, we're going to go ahead and speed up. Oh, I'm doing this backwards. I always do it backwards the first time. Okay, so this should press a bit faster. I'm going to turn on my magnet to inventory so things stop going to my ME system. And we'll get some gold pressing. Yeah, a bit faster. You do limited auto crafting yourself. Do I prefer the iron nugget or zinc nugget FPK? Zinc has fewer uses, but in the long run, iron is easier to stockpile. What is your view? I'm assuming you mean for the andesite recipe? Is that what you mean by FPK? I'm a little unfamiliar with FPK. But I know that you can use zinc or iron in this pack for the andesite alloy. And the way I see it, you should be able to use either. That way, I mean, as long as it's not like an expert pack or a challenge pack, I don't see a problem with allowing either or. I personally prefer iron because the less amount of resources I have to farm amounts of, the easier it is to focus farm and produce more of single resources. So if I can just use iron for more things, I can just focus producing iron. So I'm kind of an iron guy. Oh, I'm FPK. Duh. I get it now. Okay, you know what? We'll leave those other ones getting pressed. And we'll go ahead and try to get a wrench. Really quick. And then we're going to need some minecart. We're going to need a minecart. And we're going to need some rails. Just a regular rail will do just fine. Now there is a spider spawner right beneath our base we could go test with really fast. So let's head down to it. Can I get to it from this side? I'm actually not sure. I know it is over, you know what? I don't think we can get to it from this side. Let's go to our turtle dug hole and go to that spider spawner. All right. Should be, was it right over here? Yeah, there we go. Kill a few mobs. Maybe we get some grave dust so that we can make a book of disenchantment. Let's dig out around the spawner. Minus, I should have left that. We'll go ahead and put our rail and our cart assembler with a minecart and grab our lever. Hey, stop it. All right, I should. Okay, so I can't pick it up. I can't pick it up. That is disabled. It says a mystical force is keeping it bound in world. However, we can move the spawners to where we need them. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, I can't pick it up though. I am curious if a yoinker works on it. Oh, of course I need iron bars. I really need to set up my iron to just be produced. Yeah, it can't mob yoink it. It knows it's not a animal entity. Hi, kitty. Hello. Hi. That is so fun to watch you move. Yeah, it's really cool. Well, let's put it back. If I can. There we go. And now we know we can move them. So it's going to be a little difficult to get a blaze spawner into the overworld, but it should be theoretically possible. Okay, we got a little bit of grave dust. Let's see if we can make a disenchantment tome. And we'll go disenchant this bow. And then I need to remember to pray. So let's disenchant. We'll just use a blue soul. And we get our power and punch. Now I know we can put. Actually, let me check. Yeah, we can't put power or punch on the crossbow. That's fine. Oh, I didn't mean to rename it though. But I was hoping we could put on... Good lord, we have a lot of enchanted things. So we already have piercing 4. Do I have... Yeah, I was hoping I had flame, but it doesn't look like I do. We could also really use infinity, but we'll get there. Let's check this guy. 6. He just needs to be cured maybe 1 or 2 more times. And why don't we go through the really arduous process of moving a blaze spawner to the overworld. Let's see what Delta's doing. He is learning at how I'm doing XNAT. Okay. So what I'm thinking is, why don't we find a way? Because the mod, some of the cool mods they've added have added additional types of rails that do different cool things. For instance, teleport rail. Which I'm curious if teleport rail could move our minecart. I'm not sure how it works. Why don't we do a test? Cannot place, set up the rail first. Drop the rail and an ender pearl at a location. Wait till a lightning strike appears. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a little change, guys. Doubling our ores with platinum ore hammers is kind of driving me crazy. Why don't we change up our system? So instead of using iron dust, we'll go ahead and do iron ore. How did I... Oh, I grabbed... Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll do this the hard way. I'm gonna change that pattern. And I think I'm gonna set up some auto smelting of just all of our ores. I'm not gonna worry about doubling. I just want my ingots. But we need to make sure we store them good. Okay, we're going to pause on the ender rail. And we're going to do something different for a second. Let me get another backpack. We're going to go for backpack here, not chest. We'll turn it diamond. And then turn it into netherite. Grab a smithing template and a netherite ingot. Oh, I put my smithing table away. Then we'll get some stack upgrades for it. It's going to use a lot of resources. Can I do 4 of these? Nope, we don't have enough netherite. What about 3? We can do 3. But we're going to set up all of our raw ores to just smelt in a furnace. I'm not going to worry about ore hammering them. Sup, everybody? What's up, Parent Tattoo? How you doing? I'm doing good. How are you today? Hope you're having a wonderful day or night. But let's set this up over here. So what I'm going to do is put down another cable drop. Preferably right here. And we'll put the backpack, a rainbow furnace, which we may not have the netherite for, or the obsidian. We're so close on the netherite, though. Let me make a pattern for obsidian essence to obsidian. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to head out to our quarry and steal the rainbow furnace from it. We'll eventually put another solar panel out here. Nice. Yeah, make sure you're on version 26, which is currently the latest. If you're playing on this server, I can't remember if you're playing on the server or not. But the latest version is version 26, in case you're wondering. Okay, so we'll leave this running on a solar panel. We do want to upgrade our solar panels, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm gonna put this rainbow furnace over here. And we do want to auto output. I am going to use fuel efficiency. And then we need a factory upgrade. I'm going to turn auto split on. And I'm going to do auto input. Then I'm going to tell it to input from the side. And we'll go ahead and put a storage bus over here and a interface right here. Now we do need to power it, which currently we are using a modular router to power everything in the base. Let's get it hooked up and receiving power. Then what I'm going to do is set my storage bus to be here. So like if I type ingot, I want this backpack to be my ingot storage. So we'll get copper, iron, gold, netherite, and then a few that we know we need right off the bat. Let's add lead, nickel, Osmium, even though we don't have mechanism yet. Platinum, silver, tin, uranium, zinc, iridium, steel, invar, electrum, bronze, inderium, and we'll slowly work as we add them here. But now what I'm going to do is come up to our interface, and I'm going to tell it, okay, you know, oh my gosh, can you guys just not? We'll come to the interface, and first we're going to do iron. Tell it to stock 64 at a time. Copper, stock. And gold. We'll add the others as needed. And something we can do is actually make this a blast furnace, since it is just for ingots. Quickly throw in the stack upgrades because I forgot. And now they'll come pouring in, and we're going to set a really high priority on the ingots. TBT Missy says, can I join? Yes, this is a public alpha testing server. The IP is scrolling beneath me, and the IP is in the description. Be aware that since we're alpha testing, it is updated constantly, and there is always the possibility of the map having to be reset due to an incompatible upgrade. Being an alpha mod pack, there is bugs and crashes and things you might encounter, and the point of the server is to alpha test these updates and report the bugs on the GitHub. Did they add any other big mod like create? Not in this version. Because I don't count ranged pumps. I mean, it's one block. I don't count that as a big mod. There we go. That will smelt up our ingots, and we'll be working away on that. Let's give... So I've never used this mod. Here's a test. It says, I cannot place... I need to drop the rail and an ender pearl at a location, which I assume means where I want the rail to teleport to, and wait for a lightning strike. So let's make sure our magnets are off, and we're just going to put it right out here. So we'll drop the rail and an ender pearl. Okay. Perfect. Dimension overworld. Says it needs fuel, so I assume that's going to be ender pearls. But let's head to the blaze farm. And what we'll do is light it up. Let these blazes die really quick. And we're going to need our cart assembler. Some more rails. And we'll go ahead and try to do this. Let's kill any blazes that spawn, and then we'll set up our rails. And our cart assembler. We'll get a lever. Can you not? We'll put down a minecart. Okay, we've yoinked it. And now what we're going to try to do is teleport it. Now it says it needs fuel. Can I just throw... Oh, consumption 203. What does it consume? Oh, ender pearls. Perfect. I'm totally winging it, guys. I've never done this before. Let's see if this works. Ah, come on, teleport. No. So it didn't teleport. Does it need to be powered? It took the cart, but not the spawner. So it works, but not like we hoped. Darn it, guys. Darn it, darn it. I was really hoping that would work. In terms of other rails we have, I don't know if we can get this to the overworld, guys. I can't think. The teleport rail was my best bet, and that didn't work. Possibly. As far as I understand, though, create contraptions cannot travel through nether portals. We can give it a try. Whoa. I don't want an obsidian furnace. I want obsidian. But as far as I'm aware, this won't work. Yep, it did not travel. So we can't bring a blaze spawner to the overworld unless we do AE2 spatial storage. Why don't we just get set up to do that? I'm going to put my blaze spawner back. Give me just a second, everybody. And we'll try to see if we can power a AE2 spatial storage, just enough to move the spawner. Unfortunately, we haven't started on a lot of the materials needed for spatial storage. Well, let's start with some patterns. We'll just do it in our wireless terminal. So the biggest thing we're going to need is a 2-cubed spatial storage and a 2-cubed storage cell. We're going to need spatial pylons, a spatial I/O port, and that should be good. Now, we're going to need power, so I'm going to get us a dense energy cell. We'll get a few pylons and an I/O port and try to make a storage cell. Now, I'm just going to power up the dense cell here at the base. And we'll hope 1.6 million AE is enough. Let's head back to the spawner. Head inside. And we'll try to do a simple setup here. I'm just going to have to kill blazes as they spawn. I'm going to see if we can do a 1 block. Nope, size invalid. I believe we have to go... I'm going to try to cheese this, basically. Okay, it is valid. Let's yoink. Take our spawner. And head back home. And where should we put the blaze farm, guys? I'm kind of thinking putting our mob farms along this wall, I think would be good. Let's get rid of the coal. And we'll need vector plates, another player damage plate, which, you know what, since we moved that mob spawner, we can take back those materials. Slowly cleaning up the base. We'll go ahead and clean up the waystone, take back our player damage plate, and our low tier vector plates. Now, let's do it over here. We don't have apotheosis, so I can't control the spawner with redstone or anything like that. Let's set everything up first, everything we're gonna need, and then build the spawner. So our vector plates, we currently have the low tier. Why don't we set up a pattern for fast and for extreme? Now, we can't craft ultra vector. They only come from wandering traders. So extreme's the highest we can go. I did forget we do need a vector plate recipe itself. Can I get like 30 of these? Perfect. let's just set it up on the wall. So let's go 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 for the spawner. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the way I like to do it is have everything kind of moving towards that section, but as we get closer, we're gonna push in. And right here, we'll put our player damage plate. Why does my phone keep buzzing? Okay. Now, for anyone curious, a lot of people don't mess with spatial I/O in applied energistics because it can be quite overwhelming at first. I like to consider myself a borderline, and I'm not tooting my own horn here, this is just from amount of playtime using it. I consider myself a spatial I/O expert. In this series, we will go over tons of... Why am I picking up blocks? Are you digging in my base? I want to see what Delta's doing. I think Delta is stealing our power, guys. I'm so confused, Delta. What's going on? Have you been yoinking from me? All right, let's get back to working here. When I get power set up, I'll try to help you get your own power gen. Where was I, guys? That threw me off. Mob farm and spatial IO. You know, I was trying to figure out how I ran out of fuel or power when I calculated everything. Okay, let's continue setting up the mob farm. And to kind of continue on my topic of spatial I/O, there is a lot of uses for compacting a base. Most importantly, sorry, I'm really distracted by Delta. If you, by any chance, if you've watched any of my episodes, my streams of the Ascended Crafters FTB1 series, I use spatial I/O to turn one section of my base into multiple. And I kind of want to do that in this playthrough once we have sufficient power gen, because the thing is, super large scale spatial I/O takes stupid amounts of power. But if it works out, I think you guys will really enjoy the shenanigans we'll pull off using spatial. One of the major benefits, though, is that we can grab spawners. So with all of the vector plates placed, let's go ahead and get some glass set up. Now the thing is I don't want light passing through. So I think what we'll use is actually, I don't think witherproof glass from Mystical Agriculture lets light through, but does Dark Utilities have a... What am I doing? Dark Utilities. I know they have mob filters, but I don't think they have a glass. Let me do a quick check. I know we have tinted glass in Minecraft now, but I don't have a source of amethyst. We haven't made an amethyst seed. Let's just see how much wither glass we can make. While that cooks up, I'm going to quickly go use the restroom. I'll be right back, and we'll pick right back up. Let me go into Spectator, give you guys a view of the base, and I'll be right back. All right. I am refreshed. We've got a mob farm to build. We've got a lot to do. Let's dive right back into it. Our glass should start to be done here. It looks like it lets light through. Let me do a test. Yeah, it does. So we're just gonna have to be careful. The blazes will be fine, but when we get other spawners, we're gonna need to change how we do this. I'm gonna need more glass though. Most likely. Okay. Let's get a bit more crafted up. Oh, we're short cobbled soulstone. Maybe we'll... Can't you just stack vertically, putting blazes higher than others? Well, no, like all the spawners. Like if we bring a zombie spawner and stuff, I can't have light levels inside. Until we have tinted glass, I'm just gonna use glass itself to section off this farm. We will use tinted glass once we have amethyst. So it does do a lot of juddering. I know the way I fixed that last time. We're gonna change this up a bit, guys. I'm actually going to push them all to a corner, such as this corner. Let me get it set up here. And then I wish we had builder's wands, but we don't, so I will just place all of this manually. And then we'll have to set up the spatial IO inside to get our mob farm. Or the spawner, I should say. And then what I'll do is I'll just break the torches around the farm and try to keep darkness in the farm and light outside of it is the goal. But I do want to go pretty high so that we can put in multiple spawners. In fact, I might just go all the way to the ceiling. And I'm gonna add a door here. Just good old-fashioned oak door. And then what we'll do is we'll turn on a light overlay and break the torches around the spawner. Wait, is my light overlay working? Okay. You okay? Okay. All right, so for instance, we don't want the red outside of the farm. So I should be able to put a torch there. And we're good everywhere else. I will break that torch. And then in order to not get mobs here, I'm going to fill it in with dirt. Like so. Now, I don't want... So, like, the blazes will fly if they see me. So we're going to have to put some blocks here for now. But if we ever need to farm a spawner, we'll be able to break these and kill the mobs inside. Hopefully once Apotheosis is added, we'll have an easy time going about that. Let's come inside. Find our center point. And leave a pretty good gap underneath for mobs to fall down and use the vector plates. Then we'll put down our spatial pylons and our IO port. We'll put in our cell and add a lever and give it power. Then quickly break everything. And add a dirt column so that they don't spawn on top. Beautiful. Now what we need is another backpack, which we'll just start with a diamond backpack. And I'm going to need a tank upgrade for the experience. So we'll take our diamond backpack, as well as a few stack upgrades and a tank upgrade. And you know what? Let's just make it netherite. Just to be safe. Let me quickly do that. So smithing, backpack, netherite. And we'll come over here. And right here, gotta remember a magnet too. We'll go ahead and put in magnet tank stacks. So now this can hold 3,834 levels and is set to pick up experience. Perfect. And upside is we do have a chance to just also spawn normal mobs inside that farm. But if we want blazes, we'll have to get close enough. Looks like Delta needs a little bit of help with dimensional chests. Let's TP over to him. Did you guys see that? That looked like a spawner on a minecart. I think we found a spawner dupe bug, guys. We'll check it out in just a second. First, change owner from public to you. Make sure that it's that way on all of them. Then make sure both dim chests, make sure same frequency on chests you are trying to use. Now, your pots are only set up as insert, not extract. And the controller needs power. I recommend using pipes for now until you understand XNet better. Guys, did we duplicate a spawner? Look at that. Let's put down a contraption or a assembler, some rails, and let's see if this spawner actually survived the teleportation. Oh my gosh, it did. We found a bug, everybody. Okay, let's... We gotta remember to report this one. That one's actually pretty big. Spawner dupe. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and we'll just use this blaze spawner. Since we have it. But now we know that teleporting a create minecart contraption using the Ender portal rail from useful railroads will leave a spawner when you teleport and will send the contraption with a spawner to wherever you set the teleport. Good to know. Good to know. Definitely a bug. That's all right. I'm sure. I'm just worried that they'll disable create or something, or they'll get rid of useful railroads to fix it. I hope that is not the case. But let's add this blaze spawner to our current setup. We're gonna have to kill some blazes for a bit. More likely than not. Oh, it spawned a bunch. All right, let's try to move quickly here. Oh, that was scary. And now we have 2 blaze spawners. What do you know? Okay. But we'll report the bug after stream. I haven't reported bugs in a couple days. We have a lot to report. Like quite a good amount. So now what I want to do is work on the power gen of our base by using some spirited solar panels. Let's see if we can make a few of them. Okay, we are short coal, and that is because all of our coal is currently inside of this shulker because I had to move it there for fuel. Why don't we add a cable and a storage bus to that shulker so that we have access to our items that are inside of it. So I'm going to see what is right above here. And what I'll do is bring our cable over here and put a storage bus. This is all temporary. But now, can I get a few spirited solar panels? Let's go for 10. Okay, now we're short. Okay. Let's instead go for 5 blaze rods, emeralds, and energized steel. Okay, so maybe 2. Definitely got a lot to set up. And I'm actually going to pull out 1 stack upgrade so that we can put a pump upgrade in here. We're going to need some patterns. And craft a experience pump. I want to repair items with mending. It won't let me... Oh, it did repair. Oh, something's buggy with it. So it let me store. It thinks it has more experience than it does. That's all right. Okay. Our system is probably waiting on... Oh, we need more coprocessors and such, but... I think what we're going to do is we'll use 1 spirited solar panel ourselves, and I'm going to give Delta a spirited solar panel so that hopefully you'll be able to use it for power. Now, something we need to set up is dimensional cells for Not Brad. Bread, please. Amount of bread in my backpack. But if we look at Powa, we want to get some ender cells. Preferably spirited. So let's make some more patterns. We're not doing Niotic yet. We'll probably eventually upgrade to Niotic. Or not Niotic, Nitric. Nitro? Can't remember exactly what it is. But let's throw these in the assembler. And we're probably going to be short a bunch of materials. I kind of need these solar panels to finish. But let's request a Ender Cell Spirited. Now, why don't we get the Powa manual? I don't think we've made that yet. Everything's going to take a second here. Because that photoelectric pane is using the assembler with the pattern for dielectric paste. We'll wait for that to finish. Almost done. Okay, there is our manual. Or, we can craft it now. Why don't we look at Ender Cell? So Ender Cell is a block used to store it to a specific channel of the Ender network. You can access the energy stored of a selected channel from anywhere in the world if the Ender Cell that you want to transfer from has an active channel with valid capacity. I want to look at how to use the gates. Yeah, the gates put power in and out. So it's kind of like flux. We're going to need spirited gates. So let's make a pattern. And request. I know they're in here. Where are they? There they are. Let's just request a few. We'll have to wait for these solar panels to finish. And something we need to do with all of our molecular assemblers is add acceleration cards. In fact, why don't we just see which assemblers are currently running for Powa? So I see them up here. And let's put acceleration cards in these. Let's see if any others are running right now. Doesn't look like it. But that'll make the craft go way faster. All right. So we got 2 spirited solar panels. And I'm going to surprise Delta with one. Unless he's watching the stream and he heard me say that earlier. Whisper Delta, you've got mail. And now, hopefully, our ender gates and such finish. We're currently just waiting on this. Oh, we need to add this. There we go. We got some ender gates and an ender cell. I'm going to put the ender cell right here. Actually, this can go anywhere. Why don't we put it here? And we're going to say channel 1. Oops. And we're going to try to pull power from this. I might have to put it on a cable. Let's read the manual. Shift clicking an energy cell or battery to the ender cell GUI. Oh, okay. So that works different than I thought. Okay. So now I'm curious if I put a solar panel up on top of the base over here. And we'll just use some spirited cable. Set this to pull. Put that there. Channel 1. Hopefully that works. Yeah, it's draining the power. Perfect. Now, can I add one of these to my backpack? Yep, and it's draining power. Beautiful. Well, I'm not actually going to put it on the backpack. I'm going to put it on the modular router. And I'm going to put another one on our reactor. To pull power out of our reactor, which is working. Let's see if the person was right that water is not consumed. Yep, doesn't look like it. And now what we need to do is set up our reactor to be receiving all of the items it needs. We've still got channels on this. Ooh, that's not good. Let's come over from this side and put a export right here with a crafting card and tell it is supposed to export ice, preferably blue ice, which we'll make a pattern for, redstone, coal, and uraninite. Then let's make sure we have patterns for everything. We're going to need ice patterns. I want one for, oops, we need to be in the pattern screen. I want one for packed ice, which we can turn to blue ice. And then I also want a pattern for just regular ice. Okay. So now this is getting blue ice, coal, redstone, and uraninite. Which is great. And any power, it's on auto mode, so it shuts off when it's full on power. But if it needs to, it will kick on. And I'm kind of tired of burning my fuel. We are going to shut this down. Our rainbow furnace was fun to mess around with, but I think we are done with it. Once these cells are drained, we're also going to break that. And everything's going to run off of our module. Also going to break that. And we'll put one of our spirited gates on the backpack now to keep the backpack charged. And break all of these cells. Okay. We should be golden now. Our new power gen is up and running. Currently through a reactor is our main source of power. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, what I want to do, I don't know how much this is going to affect our power, but let's try to add to the quarry one of our ender gates. Oh yeah, we are cooking now. Let's go see if we can even keep up with this. So far, so good. We are going down in power, though. Oh, and I think it's just purely because of the auto mode. Yeah, we are more than fine to run that quarry. Let's go to our nether quarry and give it a gate as well. Hey, Mr. Vet, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Let's go to our current nether quarry and give it a gate. Take another furnace home. And we still have enough storage here for most items, which is good. I'm going to take some of our ores that are in this chest and add them to our interface. So I'll do platinum, aluminum, lead, zinc, tin, and silver. Is the new update stable? It is. Not a single problem so far. Everything's been running pretty solid. Pretty good, pretty good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get a seed for the final tier of power, Nitro. Nitro, with essence, requires a nether star. Making nitro crystals also requires a nether star. That is why we stopped its spirited. Let's go ahead and let's see if we have a nether star. We have 2. No refined storage. Are you talking about how I decided not to do refined? We are still going to mess with refined storage. Refined storage is going to handle all of our bees, is what we are going to use refined storage for. But guys, what I'm thinking is I want to get a nether star seed up and running. Now the thing is the seed requires 4 nether stars, but we also need a crux. A nether star crux, which is 2 nether stars. So we need 4 more nether stars. Let's get some skulls. And kill some withers. Ooh, you know what? We need a pattern for soul sand. Let's see if we can request a bit. I need to turn middle mouse button off of any sort. So I'm going to type in key and do middle. Yeah, it's only set to pick block. Why is it still pulling all of my... That's annoying. Oh well, nothing I can do about it right now. Well, let's grab our soul sand and kill a few withers. Why don't we test our crossbow on him? Didn't do much damage compared to our sword. But we haven't messed with any of the fancy arrows yet. Did get another greed. And... ooh, a soul receptacle. Nice. More cognizant dust. But we need to kill a few more withers. Dang it, we did get hit. We haven't added wither resistance to ourselves yet. So we do take wither damage. Do we have a scroll for wither resistance? No, we do not. Okay, one more. We are possibly going to die. Oh, we live. And with this, we'll make another star seed and another star crux. And we'll kill one more wither so we can make some nitro crystals. So one more wither, actually. Got some more soul receptacles, some familiar receptacles. Nice, nice. Instant health, dodge. Some good scrolls for when bosses, more bosses are added. We got the zombie horse. Yes! Zombie horse vessel achieved. Awesome. Why don't we straight up... we haven't prayed yet today. We'll take our Ankh and we'll make sure we have a yoinker to save the horse. Let's go pray on a soul and get our zombie horse. Let's tame it first. Okay, counted as tamed. Really low hearts. We'll have to be careful about that. But there is our zombie horse. We also leveled up. We have 3 levels to spend. I'm going to go for potion duration, concentration, and another point in treasure seeker. All right. Since it's going to take 20 million RF, let's get the nitro crystal up and running, which the nitro crystal requires 2 blocks of redstone, block of blazing, and another star. So let's come to our blazing crystals and make a bunch really fast. Get ourselves a block of blazing crystal, 2 blocks of redstone, and we'll go ahead and we'll put everything in manually. So nether star, redstone, redstone, blazing. Let's add nitro crystal to our item pickup. And now we're going to make a nether star seed. which does require insanium. And we will also need a nether star crux, which means a block of diamond. Beautiful. So let's come over here, and what we'll do is we'll break one of the growth accelerators for in place of a crux. I think that'll work for the botany pot. There is a chance we have to put the crux itself in the botany pot. I'm not 100% on that one. Nope, it counted. It counted the crux beneath it. Perfect. Let's add this to our XNet. And there we go. Nether Star Essence on the way, folks. We're also going to need a nitro crystal seed. Which does the... I'm curious if the comb gives you direct nitro crystal. It does. Because nitro crystal essence requires a nether star. Which is really unfortunate. So I think we're gonna really have to dive into bees, but let's start by making a nitro crystal seed and a nitro crux. And once we have a good amount of nitro crystal stored up, that's when we'll actually convert all of our power system to nitro. All right, let's get a nitro crux. Ooh, does require nitro capacitors, 2 of them. We have enough. Let's make a pattern for nitro capacitors and a pattern for nitro crystals. A pattern for nether stars from Essence. Just so that we don't have to worry about doing those patterns again later. Now for the nitro crux, we'll go ahead and request. You know what? Let's just do it through a pattern. We'll do it through a pattern. There is our crux. We'll grab a pot, some farmland, and we'll need a XNet connector. Let's fly over here, get this seed up and running, and hook it up to the XNet. Beautiful. Okay. Let's check power. Power's good. Furnace is cooking away for sure. Let's make sure all of these ingots are here. Let's grab some capacity cards and fill this up with them. And let's make sure all of these ingots are in the... aluminum wasn't. Okay. We'll get all of those ores smelted. I love how fast it's going. And something important with mystical agriculture that we haven't done is seed reprocessing. So we're going to get a seed reprocessor. As a pattern. We'll need a machine frame pattern, and we'll need some iron hoe pattern. And what we'll need for the seed reprocessor is I want to get all the way to an awakened supremium. So we'll start by getting patterns, or have we already made patterns for these? We have. Let's get one supremium upgrade. And let's check what is needed for awakened supremium ingots. Well, we might need to awaken some supremium. Yep, we only have 5. But we just got a bunch of cognizant dust from killing the wither. So let's go do 4 cognizant per supremium block. Let's just get a few supremium blocks and our cognizant powder. Do a few awakenings. We should have plenty of essence saved up here. Yeah, we do. I think to make this easier on myself, I'm just going to take 4 hoppers. And divide up our powder. We can do 17. Let me grab our wand. And let's get 7 more supremium blocks. If we have enough insanium. I think we do. Okay. So it should be as simple as just going back and forth here. And maybe we just put a... No, we'll just do it by hand. That's fine. We'll quickly make all this awakened powder. We'll turn this supremium upgrade into awakened and then set up a seed reprocessor. The seed reprocessor takes the seeds we get while farming our plants and turns the seed into its respective essence. Just 6 more after this. Oops, that's my wand. Okay, start turning this into awakened supremium, which I think we are using most of the uses for that it has. Yeah, okay. In the terms of the ingots. We haven't made an awakened supremium furnace yet, or the watering can, or the fishing rod. But now that we have so much essence, we should be able to make all those items. Okay, throw all this in here, and we need 4 awakened supremium ingots. like so. And a Supremium upgrade. Okay. Let's get that seed reprocessor. I thought we crafted it already, but I guess we didn't. And let's put it down over here. Give it the upgrade so it is awakened. And from now on, instead of powering the modular router, we're just going to put gates on our devices. And now I need a export bus, which in the newest version of Applied Energistics, we can capacity. Oh, it's amazing. Oh my gosh. That makes me so happy. Well, let's clean up our inventory and grab the seeds we need to process. So inferium, fire, dirt, wood, water, nature, stone, earth, silicon, glowstone, dye, enderman, netherite, air, blazing, iron, emerald, ghast, uraninite, diamond, wither, nether, obsidian, energized, ice, blaze, niotic, and we ended on niotic. So we still need, you know what, I'll just pull these out. Spirited and nether quartz for now. Then we'll go ahead and throw all of these into our export bus. And unfortunately, it does have to go in the top. I totally forgot. Now here's the thing. If we don't want to configure this again, we can use a memory card. A lot of people think memory cards are only P2P tunnels. They are for any applied energistic device. So let's move the processor up one block. In fact, I think I'll put it over here. Grab some cable and a import bus. We'll put our import there, our export here, throw down our cable, and paste our settings. Something we lost. Where did the awakened... Uh-oh, we may have found a bug, folks. That's not good. So we lost our awakened upgrade when we broke the furnace. Darn it. So that is a reportable bug. Mystical agriculture upgrade delete on break. We'll go ahead and just give ourselves one of those since it was a bug and throw it in the machine. Now the import bus is going to need some more acceleration. And a capacity. Perfect. Now we do need to get our seeds producing faster. So why don't we take our shape card, reset placement, grab ourselves some filler blocks, and we'll head down, and the first one will go here, and then 12 blocks down on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We want to fill this with the next tier of growth accelerators. So let's quickly make a pattern for Prudentium growth accelerators. And to do some quick math, let's see, we're currently at 46 to 92, so 6, 8. Okay, so we need 54 times 12. Give me just a second here. Need to do some IRL stuff. Or wait, was it? Oh, to 92. Yeah, 54. 54 times 12. So 540, right? You know what? Let me just calculator this. I don't want to mess it up. 648 growth accelerators. That's how many we need. So 648. We have the materials. Let's get them crafting. And let's make the pattern for Tertium, Imperium, and Supremium. Now, why don't we take a bunch of acceleration cards? Oops. And accelerate the crafters that are being used to make our cells here. Okay, we're also crafting here. Okay, so all 648 have been made. Let's put our shape card in the builder. Grab our Prudentium growth accelerators. And place them. Okay, looks like it's already done. Or did we do the math wrong? Looks like we are just short. So it was more than 648. I must have done my math wrong. Let's just get a few more. And get them placed. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to request, we'll just go with 700. Tertium growth accelerators. And we'll take our build card and some dirt. And we'll go down another 12 blocks. Oh, you know what? I need to... Excuse me. I need to shift right click the builder, put us in selection mode. First corner. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Second corner. We'll go ahead and throw this in the builder. Grab our tertium growth accelerators. And build. Now, let's see if we still have enough essence to go even further to Imperium, which we now know it needs 760. Or 660. Okay, we have the materials. Let's go set up the shape card. And our siege should be starting to go a lot faster. Theoretically. Yep, already increasing very decently. Let's put down our first here. And come 12 down on the other side. Okay, they are crafting up. And then I think what I'm going to do is set up our applied energistics only requester system to be auto crafting the essence. Yep, perfect amount. Love to see it. Okay, I am curious how far off we are from Insanium. Or from Supremium. We are so close. We'll be able to craft those ones soon. Okay, give me just a second, everybody. Kind of think... Yeah, we're good. We're good. Why don't we set up a requester system for some of the essences that we know we need a lot of? Hey, Mr. Chev, how you doing? Good to see ya. So in order to do this, we're going to need cable and anchors and export buses. We're going to need emitters. I like to have my storage monitor. Okay, so let's decide which ones we're going to do. We can do we'll do 3. I'm thinking we'll do silicon, diamond, and iron. So let me go ahead and put down some storage monitors. place down our emitters and set this emitter to be silicon. Emit when levels are below, I'm going to go 2000. And we'll go ahead and put some silicon here and then lock it, which these two aren't locked. Let's lock them. Then this one will be diamond when we're short 2000. And this one will be iron, which I know none of these are going to run immediately right now. We have so much of these resources. It's not a problem, but the silicon one will run. Let's grab molecular assemblers and give these three some power. We'll go ahead and place our export buses. Each one is going to need a redstone card and some accels. And this first one is going to be giving silicon essence, active with signal, redstone, active with signal, diamond, redstone, active with signal, iron. And then I forgot to give this one accels. Now I'm going to need some patterns. One for silicon, one for diamond, and one for iron. Go ahead and put silicon accel, diamond accel, iron accel. And then all that's left is our import buses, which we'll go ahead and put here and give them accel cards. And then it sounds like Delta needs a little bit of a helping hand. Let's head to him. If you are using pipes, the pots need to be above the pipe. Pots only extract push from the bottom. Oh, I'm picking up all his stuff. Okay. Let's check our librarian. Perfect. We are down to 1 emerald. So let's do a little bit of paper trade here. And then I'm going to do some books for emeralds with him. And we're going to see what other trades he gets. So he did get glass, which is perfect. He did get clocks, which is also nice. But boy, do we have a bunch of setup to do. For villagers. using auto traders and the like. Let's see if our furnace is still chugging along, getting through ores. Our reactor is more than stable enough. We've gotten all the way to the blue growth accelerators. Which unfortunately with the botany pots still isn't as fast as this system. I know I'm AoE growthing them, but when I'm not AoE growthing them, the pots are just significantly slower. The plan is once we get industrial foregoing, we're going to change from pots to hydroponic beds. But we don't have that yet, so we're using pots. Because I don't want to have to set up harvesters for everything. Now, it looks like our gold plates from Create are done as well. We got our wireless power gen set up. We've changed over to using a spirited reactor, as well as we set up a spirited solar panel. So the power situation's good. All that is set. The big thing now is going to be bees, the other seeds we need, and processing all those resources and villagers. Once those three are done, our resource gen is basically good to go. But we did test a few mods today, specifically the Ender Rail, which we found out does have a bug. But ladies and gentlemen, I really hope you enjoyed this stream of All the Mods 9 alpha testing. Again, this is a public server you can join, and I hope to see you on there. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like on the video. It really helps me out. And subscribe to the channel to be notified when I go live. A huge thank you to all the new subscribers coming to the channel. I can't believe our growth. We are almost at 300 subscribers. That is insane. So a huge thank you to you guys. I'll see you in the next stream, but for now, my friends, have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. Bye-bye. Take care, Gray.